Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to my review for the 2023 action thriller Firenado. The film is co-directed by Rhys Frake Waterfield and Scott Jeffrey. Yes, this is another produced and co-directed film by Scott Jeffrey, and it stars Sean Altman, Stephen Staley, Nicola Wright, Daniel Godfrey, Leah McKines, and Tom Wynne Davis, as well as many other people you will probably recognise from previous Scott Jeffrey productions. Right, this film focuses on a firenado in the English countryside. They always seem to be set in English countrysides. Right, I'll try and be serious for a minute. Okay, this film focuses on a group of scientists, like weather experimenters, experts, who decide to do like an experiment on a tornado. Looks like it's out in the Lake District or something like that. And it goes wrong, basically, and this tornado grows in size and strength and rages across the countryside, takes out like a petrol station, which then ignites some chemicals that are in it or something that turns it into a firenado. So this group of scientists then have to kind of scarper across the countryside, trying to keep ahead of it and warn as many people in its path as they can that this firenado is coming. However, so a group of criminals decide to take advantage of this firenado, by planning a heist at an accountant's property where they believe he's stashing lots of cash. And the scientists get embroiled in this as well. Right, what are my thoughts on Firenado? Well, guys, this is my first proper review of a 2023 film for 2023. And unfortunately, guys, it's a stinker. Did you expect any less? Oh boy, this is another one of those like Scott Jeffrey films that makes completely no sense. It's got an identity crisis again because you've got people running around doing American accents and you've got some people doing English accents. So you're not sure where they're wanting to set this, but it's quite clearly set in the UK. Now, with disaster flicks, yeah, you want as much collateral damage as possible. You want skyscrapers falling over, blowing up, getting drowned, tidal waves and everything. What do you get in this film? Well, as I've said, you get a dismal-looking firenado stroke tornado sweeping across what looks like the Lake District, putting the occasional farmhouse in danger and a petrol station here and there. It's about as exciting as going to the local supermarket to buy Brussels sprouts. It is just dismally dull, this film. With some, unfortunately, really bad dialogue and a terrible script. Now, sometimes these Scott Jeffrey productions I can really enjoy because they're kind of self-aware, and sometimes they've got the tongue firmly pressed into the cheek, and you can enjoy those films for what they are because they're not meant to be taken seriously. And there have been a number of Scott Jeffrey films where I have felt like that. The Mutations one, The Killing Tree was another one. Terrible films, but highly entertaining. They fall into the category of so bad it's good films. This one's just bad. It's dismal. The effects are terrible for this firenado. Some of the acting is bad, and some of these forced American accents are terrible. And it's just... there's so much wrong with the film that it just irritates you. You got these scientists doing this incredible, experiment on this tornado. I mean, number one, we do get, I wouldn't call them tornadoes in the UK. We get like small hurricanes, and I mean small. You know what I mean? They might blow your bin over. We don't get really very bad ones in the UK ever. Very, very occasionally, once a decade, there might be one that might, I don't know, blow over a granny or something carrying a shopping. Very, very rarely. So you've got these scientists doing this experiment on this tornado, and it's such a momentous moment. how do they film it on their bloody iPhone or something like that? You know what I mean? To capture this momentous moment, they're filming it on a bloody iPhone. There's another scene where they're trying to evacuate people from a petrol station. And they're parked at this petrol station. And just as they get people out of this petrol station, it arrives, this fire. Well, it's not a Firenado at this point, it's a tornado. And it rips up the petrol station. And they've just stood on the side watching this. The van's parked there. And everything explodes and then it ignites a Firenado. And they're just kind of... They might as well crack out the marshmallows. They're so close. And it's just dismal. And then they add in this heist. You know, these criminals try to take advantage of this accountant's property, robbing it and stuff. That just... It almost felt really tacked on. It was almost like, how can we make this more exciting? Because this ain't working, guys. You're just driving a Volkswagen van across the countryside, warning people about this fairly dismal tornado stroke Firenado. How can we make this more exciting? Well, we could stage a heist. Oh, okay, yeah, we could do that. That'll kind of make it a little bit more exciting. But guess what? It doesn't. It just doesn't make it exciting at all. Because all of the characters in regards to this heist, the criminals and the people and the person getting robbed are so poorly introduced into the film, they mean nothing. Even these scientists, I couldn't tell you any of their names. I couldn't have given a monkeys about any of them. So these characters, you're given no reason to care about them at all. So I think they probably should have gone down the route of so bad it's good with films like this. You know, make them accessible to an audience so that we can enjoy a bad B movie and not just be annoyed by it, because that's unfortunately what we get with this one. It's a bad start to 2023, guys. I can't give this one really a good score. And what do you expect? So stay tuned probably for many more Scott Jeffrey films this year. If nothing else, they're good for a laugh. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this review.